In this example, we're going to illustrate how to use FASTIID to satisfy the withdrawal requirements to show dates and how to scan and process multiple pre-scanned files. First thing we're going to do is, just like with the previous example, we're going to open FASTIID on the Windows Mobile unit, and we're going to go to the Tools menu. We'll first turn on the internal reader, go to Data Input, then go to the Tools menu, select Headings. In the Select Headings, we're going to go to Load, and once we've tapped Load, scroll down and find in the menu that is, or in the list that is provided, the CCA post file. In the post file, it looks very much like the pre-file of the previous example, except withdrawal says with time, and there's an additional comments field called comments to. This comments to is intended to be the post comments, whereas any pre-comments will come over and as a background file into the comments file. If you prefer, or if you choose, you can use the settings field for any other data that you wish to collect at this time. Once I've tapped OK and I'm back here in the data input screen, I'm going to start by collecting or scanning animals that have previously been scanned at different dates. And I'm going to use a subset of animals. In other words, I may have scanned or vaccinated at different periods of time 10 animals or 5 animals or 100 or 1,000. But at this time I'm choosing to ship just 3 animals of the ones that have been scanned. To verify those animals, I first scan the animal. Then I put in its visual ID if it has one. If it doesn't have one, you don't have to put it in. Once the visual ID is in, I can either add comments to or not. The rest of these fields will be filled in with the calculation of the program. So dose, route, vaccination protocol, and withdrawal time in the comments without the 2 are all to remain the same, or untouched. The date field should be the current date that you're scanning the animals. Once I've scanned the first animal, I say Save Animal. Then I scan the second animal. And put in its ear tag. It can be either the last 3, which I'm doing sometimes, or whatever the ear tag might in fact be. In this case, I'm putting 258. Again, I'm not adding anything to the comments to field. Say Save Animal. Scan the third one. Once that animal is scanned, again, put in the visual ID if it exists. And say Save Animal. Once I've collected this information or scanned the animals that are being verified, I come over to the Import-Export screen and I say Verified Beef. Note that I say Verified Beef before exporting the data. Once selecting Verified Beef, the program will go in and look at all previous files that are pre-CCA pre-scans. It will collate all those data, and once I click this Verified Beef for the second time, it looks for any of the instances in those files where these 3 tags were scanned. And then it organizes them by tag number, so that you can see I have 4 previous instances on 4 previous dates that this 064 tag, or cow number 258, was scanned. In this example, it shows that I put the proper doses in and I forgot to put a dose on 1. And that record is saved. It shows the route, administration, what the medications were, and the calculated withdrawal time that is left. So for the first one, this is again on 1 tag. I have 1 day left, 19 days left, 23, and 10, for example. And that's the case for all the animals that are here. You can see that put in a comment of no problem at one point. Comments to, we didn't put any comments to. And most importantly, the date which the post scan was run is recorded, as well as a system input post scan date and time that is not adjustable by the user. It is generated by the computer. Once we have all this information on the Archer and in FastEID, we can then save that or print it out as a report. With the optional printer that can be included with this system, you could hit print data right now from the report tab, and this data that is in the Viz Data tab would print out in a nice collated fashion, exactly showing and indicating what tags and what animals do and do not pass in the dates in which they were shown. Thank you very much, and if you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to call or contact Fort Supply Technologies. Thank you.